Hi, welcome. It's time for a candidate reading a children's book or a candidate reading for children a book. And that would be me. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2024 presidential election. I was also a candidate in 2020, and I will be another one perhaps in 2028. The one in 2024 I have not conceded yet because there is a lot of fraud in the system. And sadly, I don't know if or how bad the fraud was, but it could be that President Trump is not the actual voted in president. So I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court, and I'm waiting to hear back on my lawsuit. Once we do hear back, then we'll know how to go forward. But I'm also a U.S. citizen who voted in West Virginia, and my U.S. citizen vote was thrown out. So I don't know why they're throwing out U.S. citizen votes. I don't think it's proper, and I don't think it's acceptable. So anyway, I am also a candidate, like I said, for the 2024 presidential election, and I am the one who's going to read to you today from the U.S. Constitution. We are on Amendment 20, and I already did 21, but I'll go again into that one, and maybe 22, and then that's what we'll do today. I believe this is part 38 of the constitutional reading, and we're at the amendment part. So we already read the body of the Constitution and then also the Bill of Rights, and so now we're on the amendments, and this is amendment number 20. Section 1. The terms of the President and the Vice President shall end at noon on the 20th day of January, and the terms of Senator and Representative at noon on the 3rd day of January, of the years in which such terms would have ended if this article had not been ratified, and the terms of their successors shall begin. So, Section 2 of Amendment 20 is, the Congress shall assemble at least once in every year, and such meeting shall begin at noon on the 3rd day of January, unless they shall by law appoint a different day. Then Section 3 of Amendment 20 is, and by the way, this was written in 1932, and it was ratified in 1933. So the English, as you can already hear, is much clearer than what it was from 100 years before this, from the founding of our country, from when the Bill of Rights and the first amendments were written, and the Constitution, of course. And so, it's clear we need to update our Constitution with proper modern English. So, Section 3 is as follows. If at the time fixed for the beginning of the term of the President-elect shall have died, the Vice President-elect shall become President. If a President shall not have been chosen before the time fixed for the beginning of his term, or if the President-elect shall have failed to qualify, then the Vice President-elect shall act as President until a President shall have qualified, and the Congress may, by law, provide for the case wherein neither a President-elect nor a Vice President shall have qualified, declaring who shall then act as president, or the manner in which one who is to act shall be selected, and such person shall act accordingly until a president or a vice president have been qualified. Section 4 of Amendment 20. The Congress may, by law, provide for the case of the death of any of the persons from whom the House of Representatives may choose a president whenever the right of choice shall be devolved upon them, and for the case of the death of any of the persons from whom the Senate may choose a vice president whenever the right of choice shall have devolved upon them. Section 5, Amendment 20. Sections 1 and 2 shall take effect on the 15th day of October, following the ratification of this article. Section 6 of Amendment 20. This article shall be inoperative unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislature of 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of the submission. And that's the end of that amendment. That was passed back in 1933. Then another one from the same period of time is Amendment 21. It passed by Congress in 1933 and ratified in December of 1933. Section 1, Article 21. The 18th article of the amendment to the Constitution of the United States is hereby repealed. So this is the only time when we have repealed an amendment. And the 18th Amendment is the one about alcohol. So the 18th Amendment was passed by Congress in 1917 and then ratified in 1919. After 1 year from the ratification of the articles of this article, the manufacturing, sales, transportation of intoxicating liquors within the importation thereof into or the exportation thereof from the United States and all territories subject to the jurisdiction thereof for beverages purposes are hereby prohibited. So that's when it became prohibited to drink alcohol or to sell it or to even move it. And technically, so it was ratified in 1919, so then it took effect in 1920. And then it was repealed in 1933. So 13 years later, the U.S. decided it wasn't working. So that's what the 21st Amendment is about. So Section 2 of the 21st Amendment reads as follows. The transportation or importation into state territory or possession of the United States for delivery or use therein of intoxicating liquors in violation of the laws thereof is hereby prohibited. Okay. Section 3 of the 21st Amendment. This article shall be inoperative unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the conventions of the several states as provided in the Constitution, wherein 7 years from the date of the submission hereof the states by the Congress. So it was ratified and repealed. Then Amendment, how are we doing on time? We're okay. Amendment 22. This was passed through Congress in 1947 and ratified in 1951. Section 1. No person shall be elected to the office of President more than twice. And no person who has held the office of President or acted as President for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected President shall be elected to the office of President more than once. But this article shall not apply to any person holding the office of President when this article was proposed by Congress, and shall not prevent any person who may be holding the office of President or acting as President during the term within which this article becomes operative from holding the office of President or acting as President during the remainder of such a term. Okay, that was a bit confusing, but it has to be worded that way. So Section 2 of the 22nd Amendment is as follows. This article shall be inoperative unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislature of 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of its submission to the states by Congress. And that's the end. So it was ratified in 1951. So, yeah. That is the reading for today of the Constitution. So we covered Amendment 20, 21, and 22. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're interested in my lawsuit and find out what I'm doing, go to Susan4USA.com. That's Susan, the number 4, USA.com. Thanks for stopping by, and I wish you a good day wherever you are. Bye for now.